A woman is a lot like a refrigerator. 6 feet tall, 300 pounds. It makes ice. Trying is the first step toward failure. Each man delights in the work that suits him best. I'm in a place where I don't know where I am. The journey is its own reward. Out of sight, out of mind. Long exercised in woes. Because they're stupid, that's why. That's why everybody does everything. It's disgraceful how these humans blame the gods. They say their tribulations come from us when they themselves, through their own foolishness, bring hardships which are not decreed by fate. Whoever obeys the gods, to him they particularly listen. Even a fool learns something once it hits him. To be loved, you have to be nice to people every day. But to be hated, you don't have to do squat. The man who acts the least upbraids the most. And they die an equal death, VJ the idler and the man of mighty deeds. The stars never lie, but the astrologers lie about the stars. Bear patiently, my heart, for you have suffered heavier things. Always to be best and distinguished above the rest. There is no greater fame for a man than that which he wins with his footwork or the skill of his hands. Better to live or die once and for all than die by inches. Modesty is of no use to a beggar. Let me not then die ingloriously and without a struggle, but let me first do some great thing that shall be told among men hereafter. There is the heat of love, the pulsing rush of longing, the love of whisper irresistible magic, to make the sanest man go mad. Be both a speaker of words and a doer of deeds. Go on with a spirit that fears nothing. After the event, even a fool is wise. Death submits to no one. I guess some people never change. Or they quickly change and then quickly change back. The force of union conquers all. For a friend with an understanding heart is worth no less than a brother. Everything is more beautiful because we're doomed. You will never be lovelier than you are now. We will never be here again. If any man obeys the gods, they listen to him also. It is not possible to fight beyond your strength, even if you strive. A hunter of shadows, himself a shade. Of all creatures that breathe and move upon the earth, nothing is bred that is weaker than man. A generation of men is like a generation of leaves. The wind scatters some leaves upon the ground, while others the burgeoning wood brings forth, and the season of spring comes on. So of men one generation springs forth and another ceases. Young people are thoughtless as a rule. Few sons are like their fathers. Many are worse, few better. Being eaten by a crocodile is just like going to sleep in a giant blender. Most grievous of all deaths, it is to die of hunger. The journey is the thing. Come, weave us a scheme so I can pay them back. Stand beside me, Athena, fire me with daring, fierce as the day we ripped Troy's glittering crown of towers down. Stand by me, furious now as then, my bright-eyed one, and I would fight 300 men, great goddess, with you to brace me, comrade, in arms in battle. We'll cast the spear and leave the rest to Jove. But listen to me first and swear an oath to use all your eloquence and strength to look after me and protect me. And empty words are evil. Better to flee from death than feel its grip. The tongue of man is a twisty thing. Too many kings can ruin an army. Now, what is a wedding? Well, Webster's dictionary describes a wedding as the process of removing weeds from one's garden. So peaceful shalt thou end thy blissful days, and steal thyself from life by slow decays. For too much rest becomes a pain. It is not strength, but art obtains the prize, and to be swift is less than to be wise. The melancholy joys of evils past, for he who much has suffered, much will know. Youth is hateful to me, as are the gates of hell, is he who, hiding one thing in his heart, utters another. Without a sign, his sword the brave man draws, and asks no omen, but his country's cause. There is nothing nobler or more admirable than when two people who see eye to eye keep house as man and wife, confounding their enemies and delighting their friends. And what he greatly thought, he nobly dared. To have a great man for an intimate friend seems pleasant to those who have never tried it. Those who have, fear it. But curb thou the high spirit in thy breast, for gentle ways are best, and keep aloof from sharp contentions. It is not good to have a rule of many. In youth and beauty, wisdom is but rare. How vain without the merit is the name. For rarely are sons similar to their fathers. Most are worse, and a few are better than their fathers. A decent boldness ever meets with friends. The charity that is a trifle to us can be precious to others. Hunger is insolent and will be fed. Nothing shall I, while sane, compare with a friend. A sympathetic friend can be quite as dear as a brother. Two friends, two bodies with one soul inspired. The difficulty is not so great to die for a friend as to find a friend worth dying for. Even where sleep is concerned, too much is a bad thing. Two urns on Jove's high throne have ever stood, the source of evil one and one of good. From thence the cup of mortal man he fills, blessings to these. To those distributes ills, to those distributes ills, to most he mingles both. Be still, my heart, thou hast known worse than this. True friends appear less moved than counterfeit. Yet, taught by time, my heart has learned to glow for others' good and melt at others' woe. Wise to resolve and patient to perform. There is a time for many words, and there is also a time for sleep. Hateful to me as the gates of Hades is that man who hides one thing in his heart and speaks another. Light is the task where many share the toil. A guest never forgets the host who has treated him kindly.